Former President Donald Trump has finally decided to pitch in to help some of his many co-defendants who are facing mounting legal bills. How is he doing this? By getting other people to pay for him. Because, of course, what you think Donald Trump is going to give the money out of his own pocket?
Can't let that happen.
Of course not. All right, so now this according to an article in The Messenger, the four-time indicted, twice impeached Republican frontrunner is planning to have a family-style candlelight dinner with his two adult sons at Mar-a-Lago to help pay for the legal bills of his co-defendants and witnesses. Now, this is a fundraiser dinner, so it's $100,000 to buy in, and they're expected to raise somewhere around $500,000 to $1 million for the Patriot Legal Defense Fund, a fund they say is set up to pay the legal bills of others implicated across Trump's 4 indictments. Now, I have some interesting stuff about that group. They're a little shady, but first, similar to previous fundraisers, The Messenger reports, held at Mar-a-Lago, the dinner will be held in one of the resort's private dining rooms, where the table can seat about 24 attendees. Yes. It is a family-style dinner, very intimate and exclusive, said one Trump official. Very, very intimate. Exclusive. Sounds horrible. Anyway, in addition, Trump is also hosting a $100,000 per plate fundraiser on Thursday night for one Rudolph Giuliani. Yes, finally, who has been embroiled in his own expensive series of lawsuits, or I should say, series of unfortunate events that have left the former mayor broke and begging for financial assistance. Yes, that's right.
I have not loved this conversation.
No, I'm sure he didn't. Now, of course, here we have Trump doing a very Trump thing in getting big donors to pay for everyone else. Yeah, remember, Donald Trump, I'm gonna help with your legal bills. I'm gonna help everybody. In fact, donate to me and I will give money for the Trump Legal Defense Fund. That's right. And the Election Defense Fund, and I will help everybody. No. In fact, it's funny that he's getting other people to pay the legal fees of people that he conscripted to help him overthrow the election. So it's the most Donald Trump thing ever. They amassed these fees on behalf of trying to help Trump cheat his way into retaining power, and he won't even open his wallet for that. And look, you could say, of course, well, look, he's already got his own legal fees and to deal with, and okay, that's fair enough. But isn't this a supposed billionaire? Does he have all this money lying around from being such a successful businessman that, he doesn't have to keep raising money from donors to pay not only for his own legal fees, but for the legal fees of all the people that are his co-conspirators? Again, it proves so many different things. For one, not a billionaire, not as rich as he claims, and also that he never pays anything for himself. He always gets someone else to pay for it. That's got to be his slogan, right? Unofficially. Now, the other thing I thought about when I read this article is, what exactly would a candlelight dinner with Trump look like? Oh, and his two sons. What would they have? Would they have KFC or McDonald's finest hamburgers? And by the way, I could just see it happen now, right? Whereas, you know what I'm going to do? I think it's time to break out the fine china. Even though China helped Joe Biden steal the election from me, I still really like their plates. The best plates, greatest plates. Okay, but anyway, so I mentioned the Patriot Legal Defense Fund. Little shady, right? So the Messenger noted that the organization was created by a group of Trump allies led by Michael Glasner, a longtime Trump advisor. Before that, the Save America PAC had been paying the legal expenses for the former president and his allies caught up in indictments. Sources told the Messenger that Save America will still primarily cover Trump's legal expenses, but work in tandem with the Patriot Legal Defense Fund. And while it is technically separate from both Save America and Trump's 2024 campaign, allowing it to sidestep the FEC's campaign finance rules, there happens to be some ethical questions remaining. And that's where we go to where it gets a little weird. Yes, a little weird. According to a report in the Daily Beast, there was a website that was set up to purportedly solicit donations for this fund. And I mentioned that it was set up by, former Trump people, Michael Glasner, one of them. But is he still running the site? We don't exactly know. We don't know. Because that website might now actually be swindling Trump supporters more so than what it was before. The money we're going. So there might be two different grifts going on here. I know the pro-Trump grift and then a not pro-Trump grift, an anti-Trump grift. It's very confusing. So let me just get to the details. Over the last few weeks, the page PatriotLegalDefenseFund.com has again expressed some contradictory views of Trump. Okay, and that made some publications believe that it had been hacked. Someone else had gained control of it for a while, and then, but also that they kind of got it back a little bit, but not really. Again, very confusing. Now, a person with direct knowledge of the real Patriot Legal Defense Fund and not the website told the Daily Beast that no, they weren't hacked because we actually don't have a website. We've never had a website. But wait a minute, when you look at the website back in mid-August, according to reports, the Save America, the Patriot Legal Defense Fund.com website was actually linking to Donald Trump's 2024 campaign and urging them to donate. So, again, it's super, super weird. And then it changed its messaging and then changed back. So now that person told the Daily Beast, quote, "It's a fake site selling fake merch. The legal fund does not have a website, nor do we sell merch." Now, as I mentioned, the fake site is selling merch. And that merch is Donald Trump's mugshot with the caption "Never Surrender." Again, ironic because when his mugshot was taken, it was when he was literally surrendering to authorities in Georgia. But anyway, okay, you have that, and pretty much all that merchandise on that website is just that picture on T-shirts, mugs, hats, what have you. Well, okay, but who's selling it? First of all, who's making it? Who's selling it? And where's the money going? Nobody knows the answer to these questions. And now, it also is not directing donors to Trump's real fund, which campaign aides set up last month. The Daily Beast also notes that while today the sales appear to be the page's only purpose, to sell that merchandise, it is a markedly different tone just weeks ago when it implored users to not support Trump's fraudulent Patriot Legal Defense Fund. But wait, now that website, again, the same website, also originally redirected links to donate now to Trump's campaign website, as I mentioned before. So the whole thing is confusing. Is this real or not? Who does it belong to? Who owns this thing? What's going on here? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Was it hacked? Don't know. They say no, but okay, what's with the contradictory messages? What's with the weird typo that they had originally that they were mocked for? Oh, I mean, is it a scam? Well, I think it's obvious that regardless of where it's going, that there is some sort of scam involved. But who's it scamming? Is it scamming Trump supporters and Trump, or just Trump supporters on behalf of Trump? I don't know. The fact that we don't know says a lot about what's going on here. Again, if they were hacked, then obviously they suck at securing websites, and if it never belonged to them in the first place, then why didn't you, get the domain name before someone else went and picked it up? There's a lot of failures here. There's failure after failure. Disastrous, right? And by the way, it's disastrous because it stores financial information. If there was a hack and it actually did belong to them before, and they're kind of denying it now because things are weird and shady, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to sidestep FAC reporting requirements, whatever the deal is. The fact that there is financial information on there is potentially, again, frightening if you've ever bought anything off that site. Now, if it's a scam on behalf of Trump and they're trying to go around FEC rules, well, that opens up another entirely different can of worms here, and would fit a pattern of similar fundraising scams that Trump has been engaged in. Again, and if it's also an anti-Trumper that is scamming Trump supporters, then that's also bad. One thing, though, that continues to be proven is true is that when it comes to potential scam victims, well, the right wing, it's target-rich environment. That's why I keep saying that it's where almost all the grifters go, is to the right wing. Because there's always some fool willing to part with their money very, very easily into what is an official Donald Trump scam, or could be an unofficial Donald Trump scam, or just somebody trying to profit off Donald Trump scam. Either way, scams everywhere as far as the eye can see.